All right, Kevin. Thanks for talking to Frank Rowan Doctor TV. You've so many fans on our website. They're all always emailing and asking how you are. Before we get on to how you are, little word for your brother, younger brother. We just spoken to him about his pro debut. I know you were ringside watching, and I remember asking you on the night how nerve-wracking it was, because when somebody's in the ring, it's actually harder watching someone than performing yourself.
Yeah, most definitely. I knew that he had a tough opposition in front of him, and I knew he wasn't having no blowovers, and I knew that his fight was definitely a tough kid. That he ain't never been stopped. I've boxed a kid twice, with a man twice. He's like 29, 30 years of age. And I knew he was going to be in there for the full 4 rounds. If he stopped him with a body shot, I thought he'd have a bonus, which a couple of times I thought the kid was trying to get a breather from the body shots. But I think he looked well, better than I expected. Even Frank went to tap me after I think a couple of rounds. He went, fucking hell, Kev, he's knife good, isn't he? Yeah. He looked knife sharp, like the way he moves and that. I said, yeah. Wishy Davis says to me, he moves exactly like you, Kev. This is like as if he's watching you in there. Yeah.
What's it been like having a younger brother in the gym and sort of now fully in your professional world? Because as an older brother, you're always very protective anyway. Has it been a little distracting for you because you always want to make sure he's all right?
As I said, when he was in the ABAs last year, I was nervous because I knew that he was out messing about. He weren't 100%, and I could tell with him. He come back into boxing after his leg injury, and I could just tell he weren't switched on. He didn't remember how hard it was actually to be the best and be number one in the country and things, and have the number one position in. But now I've been watching him down with Paul, and I think he picks up things quicker than I do. When me and Paul were speaking, when me and Paul go running sometimes in the mornings and say how quick he's picking things up, and he's picking them up quicker than me. In the terms that I've been with Paul nearly over a year now, and he's only been here with us 3-4 months. And how quick he's picked things up is really good, and I think he's looking awesome. My nerves, as in watching him, I was right nervous because I can't get in there and do it. But because I know how he's training, I know really deep down, I know he was going to look good. But I'm more nervous watching him than when I fight. It's weird, it's crazy.
Let's start talking about you. You are number 1 in the Commonwealth, defending that belt in Liverpool. Now, your opponent, you know everything there is to know about him, but obviously he's saying he took his fight against Nicky Cook at late notice, and you shouldn't be judging him on that performance. What do you say?
I'll say that he's a good fighter. I wouldn't judge him on no fight. I know that he's been stopped also by John Murray in 4 rounds, which I could probably imagine that he wasn't fit in that fight and weren't probably well trained and for that fight himself. But I know for the fight with Nicky's fight, I knew that he was fit. But then as in Nicky really would have stopped him if his head was on him. But Nicky's head was a lot messed around. It was on Scott Harrison. But yeah, saying that he wasn't fit, he fought, I think, Buster Dennis 2 weeks before. And stopped Buster in the last round. So he must have been quite fit to stop Buster Dennis in the last round of their contest. And then he was getting ready to fight for a title fight, I think 2 weeks just after the Nicky Cook fight. Because the Nicky Cook fight come up, he jumped straight in for it and give the title fight up. So he must have been in shape. But I'm not taking nothing away from me. He's beaten an IBF world champion. So he's got to be something special, he's got to be something good. And I want to get in there and do my job on him.
How helpful has it been having, obviously, Nicky Cook in the same gym as you and Paul Cook? They've prepared for him, well, not prepared for him, but they've fought him and they know his style. How helpful has it been sort of working with them and then being able to tell you all about him?
Yeah, I watched the fight that night with Nicky and him. Nicky was just going through his paces, but I think I want to come with a different. As Nicky said to me, Nicky was in there. Nicky was telling me he weren't on the ball. He said, "Kev, you can go out and stop this kid. You can go out and take this kid out, take him to the cleaners." And I think me and Paul have been talking about him, things that he does right, things that he does wrong, and if it goes our plans, we could end up taking him out very early. I think it'd be quite an early stoppage for us because, as you can see now over the last year, how much I've come on with power and how much I've progressed in that. I've done 12 rounds, I've got the 12 rounds in some distance, and now I'm working on me work rate. I've done 10 rounds a day like that. Before I work rate, I'm punching hard, fast flurries with me defence. I'm coming on bundles and leaps and bounds. So these sort of opponents I'm going to be getting there this season. I'm going to start taking these sort of level with these kids at that now. I'm going to start taking them out.
Let's talk about your improvement, because I think last time out it was you got a lot of critical acclaim saying that it was much more a mature performance by you, an improved performance by you. In the gym today, it was a much more mature Kevin Mitchell that we saw working out. What do you put down? Why do you think this improvement has happened in only a year?
Me and Paul have been working on a lot of things, and the sparring that I've been getting down here as well with Colin and Michael, Nicky, and a few of the Island brothers. It's a totally different level of training, and it's down to a lot of hard work in the gym. And I've been in the gym constantly training and working hard with Paul. We've been working on a lot of things that I do wrong, a lot of things that critics criticised about. But I think fighters always get criticised, even when you're at the top level, like Ricky Hatton now, Joe Kawasaki, they're getting criticised, but yet they are proper world champions. But I think as in, you look at it as in, I'll always be criticised, and that's the game. I'll never be what everyone wants me to be. I'll be what I want to be, and that's what all I can say really. And I'm coming on and I'm learning loads.
Within that criticism, do you sense that a lot of people are actually underestimating you because they're basing that criticism of the Kevin Mitchell of a year ago and a year and a half ago, or actually the Kevin now is almost a completely different fighter?
Most definitely, I'm more or less a totally different fighter. I've got better defence. I'm punching hard. I've got faster hands. I'm doing 12 rounds. I can do 12 rounds standing on my head. I'm doing them with welterweights and light welterweights, sparring with 12 rounds. So, as in, I am a totally different fighter from a year ago till now. I speak to Barry Williams quite often about things and that when I see him. And even he says, how much I've come on now. Duke McKenzie even says that. You're like fighting, like on my last fight, he says to me, Kevin, some of them combinations you're throwing, they're world class. And they can see it themselves. Only like world class fighters like them, people like Frank Warren that knows his boxing, they can see how much you're coming on and what you're really about.
Psychologically, is it a different mindset going into a fight where you're defending your belt rather than just going in to win a belt?
Not for me. When I'm going into a fight, I'm going to fight and I'm going to win. I'm never going in there to do anything else other than win. And I'll do anything to win in that ring. And I'll go in there with my mind set on winning and beating the opponent any way as possible. And having that belt is a bigger thing for when I'm in here. When I'm in that gym and I know that kid's out there training, he's out there running that man, and he's doing anything he can to get fit and strong. When I'm on that bag, when I'm doing my punches, I'm on that body pad and I'm whacking it, I'm thinking about him hitting something and how much harder I'm hitting it, how much my work rate is, how good my defence is, and things like that. That does help you a lot. But as an opponent, as in a fighting, I'm always going there to win anyway. I'm there to be number one only.
Let's talk about the venue, because it's in Liverpool, a little far from home for you, but it still must be exciting to take the Kevin Mitchell Roadshow all around, England, and have fans up north see your style as well.
Most definitely. I've been up north since I was an amateur, so probably about 16 years of age. But I think it's going to be good for me to get up there, show the Liverpool lot how it's done, and show them what I'm about and that. And I think they're going to enjoy my entertainment, the way I do things in the ring. I think it'll give them something a little bit different. I've got a few good boys on the bill, like Solomon Bay and Derry Matthews, but I think, the East End and East End boys coming down there to show them something a bit different.